Welcome back to Japan. I'm Matthew McKee, amateur 3-dan Go player. And today, in this course, we'll be looking at style. Now, when I say style, I think the image most people get right away is of clothes, of fashion, of sipping coffee at a Parisian cafe, something like that. And the imperative in that world is you either have style or you don't. But we know that on the Go board, everybody has a style.
Hey there, Go Magicians. Sorry, Matt, for interrupting your style mojo. Did you guys know you could already watch the Shinjin-So Katago reviews here? Wait, did you know about the match? So, Shinjin-So, the strongest player in the world, just played a 3-game match on 2 stones handicap against Katago. And we already reviewed game 1 and put it right here on this channel. And it's available to YouTube members 1 week early. So think about it. And now, Matt, all the points back to you.
And I think it's one of the enduring aspects of Go that keep people coming back to it. Things like the aesthetic beauty of wood and stone, but also the fact that your style is so powerful in Go. And it's aesthetically pleasing to have your own style. So in this course, we're going to be talking about what style is, what kinds of style there are, how you can shape your style to a degree, and how you can change your style and affect your style a bit. And then at the end, we'll look at the benefits that this can have to your game. And finally, we will be taking a test. If you are still confused about your style, or you want to have a little more clarity about what your style is, here at the end of this course, we'll have a test that you can take that will help you evaluate yourself and evaluate the way that you played the game of Go. So to begin, we have to talk about what style is. Before we can even begin to look at what kinds of style there are, we need to talk about what style actually means. And it's actually a little more difficult than you think it is. To begin with, let's take a look at this example. This is future Matt calling to fix past Matt's fuck-ups. Maybe back then he was a 3-dan and now I'm a 4-dan and I can see so much clearer. Anyway, past Matt is about to show you, or was about to show you, a game between Hoshiai Shiho and Fujisawa Rina. It was the 3rd game of the female Honimbo of last year, I do believe. Fujisawa Rina is white and black is Hoshiai. And he's about to ask the question, where should you play? After introducing this board position. So let's take a look at this board position really quick. Fixed, because past Matt, get up. Anyway, I'm fixing it. So, style sometimes overrides what we would normally consider to be, of course, this is the move. Now, I was watching this game live, and I remember looking at this board position and going, oh, it's right there. I know where the move is. I can see it right away. Why is Fujisawa Rina taking so long to think about it? So where would you guys play on this board position? There seems to be such an obvious move. Is it really? Now, I'm going to hope quite a few of you suggested this move here. It's a good move. It's a great move. If you've taken Vadim's courses on shapes, a really good shape move. Because next, white is threatening to hane on the top of 3 stones, and this would be bad for black. Right? So this is what I expected the continuation to be, or maybe Fujisawa Rina also didn't want necessarily to give black this hane, but I think in this case, white has 5 stones in a row. They could just cut. And this would be a fight in black's sphere of influence, but white's one stone here is doing some good work. So maybe black would extend, and white has a nice wall. In that case, we could say there's also a knight's move here. This doesn't look bad either. But these are not the moves that Fujisawa Rina played. If you guessed where she played, you might be a little bit more of an aggressive player. Vadim also said that his first instinct was, oh, that right side looks rather juicy. And Fujisawa Rina has the same sort of style. She likes to divide the board up into kind of smaller sections. Here is where she played. And now, Hoshiai is also a player who likes to kind of build a big area and then attack. And so white played away. Black is obviously looking at this beautiful, beautiful turn in the center here. And for white to continue down here like this or something wouldn't be necessarily bad in the local shape, but giving black this move would be really quite painful. White's 5 stones are not very happy right now. They're not functioning the way that white wanted them to. And so Fujisawa Rina haned, black haned, white extended, and now black played here to prevent white from getting close to this rather loose corner. And again, we would expect white to play something like this, and they didn't. They turned here, black extended, and now white played the 2-space jump. But if you look here at this kind of a sequence, this is the kind of sequence that style brings out in players. And we're going to talk more about this as we go on in this course and in this lesson. So now I'm going to give it right back to past Matt. Style can be a very delicate thing to finesse. And you need to get some experience under your belt in the game before we can really start to talk about all these different kinds of style that emerge. But even before your style can emerge, there are some things to look at. So let's take a look at some other aspects of what style is. Let's take another example of style. Really easy example everyone can grasp. We are only 5 moves into this game, and I think most of you guys can already grasp black's style. What is it? Yes, this is a territorial style player. It's a very severe example of it. 3-3, 3-3, and then a really quick invasion. This player is clearly a territorial style player. They're leaning into it super heavy. And this is another aspect of style that I want lots of people to think about. Like I said, in fashion, we think of like it's something you have or something you don't have. And I think, again, too, in Go, for lots of people who have a kind of understanding of style, they have an image of style being something you have, this kind of style, or you don't have that kind of style, right? They think if you're a territorial player, you are not an influence player. If you're a fighting player, you are not a balanced player. And that's also kind of a misnomer, I think. I like to think of style in Go as more of a kind of a sliding bar on an RPG style game. You have maybe 10 points for character creation, and you have the different kind of categories of Go style. You have influence and territorial and fighting, for example. And the more points you put in territorial, the less points you have to put in the others, right? But it's not very often that somebody goes, I'm going to put all my points in territory. Yeah, boy. That's kind of rare. If you are examining your Go style after this, think to yourself, how heavily do I lean to one side or the other when it comes to these kinds of orientations of style? You could have someone who's very, very heavy on territory, but also has a little bit of fighting style mixed in there. They're fighting for territory too. Be careful not to box yourself out of other kinds of styles. It could be that your style is a little more complicated than you think it is.
By the way, you can also watch these lessons on our platform, gomagic.org. Except there, you'll watch them with interactive quizzes right within the lessons and practical exercises right after them. And if you enjoy watching these Go videos and you don't want to miss others like this one, go smash that like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and this is Go Magic.